How's it going, guys? That's right. Joel Powell, the Credit Crusader. And I've got to talk about all the people on social media saying that authorized user trade lines don't work. It's like, it's unbelievable. People, they're saying that they won't report, they don't increase your score, that they'll actually hurt your score. I've seen that. And they're a waste of money. So I'm going to go ahead and go over all this stuff and tell you guys what I think. So I'm going to go ahead and get right into it like I always do. Let's not keep you waiting.
Here's the thing with trade lines that people won't tell you. Number one, when you buy a trade line, people don't tell you that it's just a temporary boost in your score. So they typically will have you on for like 30 to 60 days. After that, your score is going to fall right back to where it was.
All right. I don't know any trade line company that actually says that your score will like be boosted forever. I don't know one. If you guys know of or have seen people saying that, please leave it in the comments. I don't know of one that has ever said that. This industry standard is you're on for 60 to 90 days. That's industry standard. Another thing that she's wrong about is that your score is going to drop like a rock. That's not necessarily true. That depends on which trade line you bought, because not everybody knows this, but when you get removed as an authorized user, some banks keep you on there. They just stop reporting. So it'll be on your credit as an open account. It just won't update every month. So that's, in that case, the trade line will fade over time. Synchrony is a bank that will do that. They won't close the account. They just will stop reporting it altogether. Now, another bank like Citibank, they'll close the account, but when it shows for the responsibility, it goes from authorized user to terminated. So basically, it looks like it was a primary account that was closed, paid in full. And that, even though your score is going to drop, you're still going to get credit benefits from having that on there because it's a closed, paid in full account. See, a lot of people don't know that either.
Number two, there's something called anti-abuse laws that definitely affects FICO 8 score, which is the most widely used one that lenders pull. Basically, within the algorithm, it will determine if the trade line is unrelated or you are related to that person. More than likely, it's because of the address and the last name. If they suspect that it's not your relative, they're going to automatically omit it from your score. So it can literally be showing on your credit profile, but not being calculated into your score at all. Even if Credit Karma shows you that it is, because Credit Karma is not your real credit score. Keep that in mind.
All right. When it comes to that, she's half right. Basically, what has happened is that the lenders have put in place different, I guess, traits in a credit profile that they deem as potentially synthetic or fraudulent. So because all these people were going in, adding a bunch of trade lines and then getting a bunch of stuff like clockwork. They were doing it like it was their job. Well, now if you go in there and you have like all authorized users, no primary, yeah, that's going to look suspect. That's going to look fake. So the best way to get around that is you just not do it like that. Authorized users are great for opening up a credit profile. That is one of the things that they are the best for, and they still are the best for. If you have a blank credit profile and you add an authorized user, not only will it give you a credit score, but it'll get you in the system, because the bank is going to take your information and they're going to start spreading it around in all the different public record data furnishers. I mean, that's how your information, how the profile gets established. That's one of the best ways to do it. So for them to be like, oh yeah, no, it's they're not going to count it. Well, authorized user trade lines are used for more than just what the number that it changes on your credit score. It helps in building the file.
Another thing, it's a waste of money. Companies can see that it's an authorized user account. They can see that it's not a primary trade line, and most companies just will completely omit it anyway. So in my opinion, it's a waste of money if it's not your family or friend. Just a waste of money, in my opinion.
All right. When it comes to being a waste of money, yeah, I think that if you have a family or friend member, yeah, of course, and they're going to be willing to add you as an authorized user on their credit card, yeah, definitely go that route. You shouldn't spend money on an authorized user if you have a family or friend that will be willing to do it. The only ass kicker with that is that there aren't a lot of people who have family or friends that have good cards in good standing that they're willing to do that for them. So what do those people do? Yeah, those people have to resort to buying them. So it's like, it depends on your situation. To say carte blanche, it's a waste of money. I mean, I don't think that's necessarily true. So what I'm going to do, I do more than just talk shit. I go and I back my shit up. So what I'm going to do is show you guys some articles that I pulled up, and these are recent. let's go to the first one, NerdWallet. This was written in May, at the end of May. So it's about 3 months old. So this is 2023. It's saying authorized users boost credit scores. And they actually give you a list of which banks boost the score if you're added. Isn't that beautiful? Look at this. Wells Fargo, yes. US Bank, yes, unless the primary account is delinquent. So some of the banks won't report it if it's got negative information or if the person's underage. But outside that, they openly they report. And that you can boost your credit. They openly say this. So I don't understand where the confusion's coming from. I mean, I guess these people, I guess they're hearing otherwise from TikTok. They see, a talking head. You know what I mean? Never mind what the banks are actually saying. Yeah, so we saw a video on TikTok. But okay, and I'll even show you another example of this. Best credit cards for adding authorized users in 2023. They're actually, this was written on July 7th. And it says they actually incentivize it by giving rewards. Look, I guess it's saying that American Express and I think it says Chase is the best as far as rewards are concerned. But they're openly advertising, incentivizing people to be added as authorized users. This one's Capital One. Now, just so you guys know, American Express it reports, but it doesn't report backdated age. But it will report. So I guess an American Express is a card that if you're added to that, you'd want to have somebody who's going to keep you on there for a long time. But I mean, here it is. They're actually openly promoting being added as an authorized user, and look at all the benefits you can get. They're saying some charge to do it and some don't. I mean, I didn't write this article, and I'll leave links to these articles just so in case you guys think I'm full of crap. Here, let's see. Pros for authorized user. Credit card people with bad credit may be worth exploring options of becoming an authorized user first. Look, they're actually saying they're advertising it. I mean, the proof is right there. How being an authorized user affects your credit. Here, I'll blow this up so you guys can see it. This was June 20th. Whether or not being authorized user affects how it affects it depends on if the lender reports authorized user activity. That's right. I mean, it shows how does it build your credit. An authorized user builds credit when the credit account holder maintains responsible credit habits that help the credit score grow, such as making on-time payments and paying off balances in full. If the credit account holder is not using the credit card responsibly, you may want to remove yourself as an authorized user from the card. That's definitely true because it can hurt your credit. And here, this Hoodwrench Credit, he says that someone called him up and said that the authorized user trade line can get you denied. So we're going to watch this video because this ties into this, and I'll give you my 2 cents on this.
Straight into it. So today I'm going to mention a little issue that I came across yesterday. One of y'all DM'd me on my Instagram and showed me one of y'all credit reports, and we're getting confused why you guys were getting denied for new credit cards and anything that has to do with credit. And a big reason to that was because he had an authorized user, an old one, that got a recent late payment on his credit report, okay, and that reflected to his credit report. Even though on the credit report it doesn't show as a primary account, it shows as an authorized user, right? But the thing is, though, it still affects your credit score. It still looks bad on your report. And also, too, there are certain institutions that use old scoring models where, AUs hold more weight.
Dude, all right. Well, they just were saying over here that it doesn't even report. So how, or affect it. So how is it that it can negatively affect it, but not positively affect it? Does that make any sense to you guys? I mean, so authorized user trade lines have cognitive powers. They know if they're negative, then they'll hurt your credit. That makes no sense. That makes no sense. I mean, I hope you guys are following me. I mean, God, when I see this shit, my eyes roll. But anyways, we'll go in here. One last thing. I typed in ChatGPT. You can do it too. Just ask it. I mean, here it is. I mean, here's the thing. Now, I'll even blow this up so you can see it. Payment history, it reports the payment history, credit utilization, and all that kind of stuff. Here's the thing. Here's the reason why there's the confusion. I'm going to break it down for you guys. Banks want to add people as authorized users, as you guys can clearly see. because they give you offers and they incentivize it. They just don't want people selling authorized users. They don't want people making money off of it. They want to make the money, not someone else. So that's why they kind of throw out the misinformation. So people get, they're like, oh, if you buy an authorized user, it won't work and it's a waste of money. But if you're added as a person who you know or a relative, then it will work. Does that make any sense? No, it doesn't. It's basically they're trying to alleviate people from selling authorized user trade lines. But again, they can't have their cake and eat it too. They can't have the benefits without opening it up for people to sell them as a product. And speaking of selling them, I'm going to show you guys an awesome site if you were interested in buying them. Oh shit, that just popped up. The 20% off, no freaking way. This company right here, you can buy trade lines. Let's look at their trade line list. And you can see you can be added as an authorized user and you will get the benefits of being added. Now, like I said before, you want to make sure that you pick the right authorized user as far as you want to, if you're looking to get a house or something and you need a boost, then you're going to want a bigger authorized user than if you were just trying to open up a file. The best advice I can give when it comes to buying an authorized user trade line is you need to see what your credit score has and what the boost you're going to get. Make sure that matters. Like if you need age, then you're going to want an authorized user card that's got a lot of age. If you're trying to offset your balance, like if your utilization's high, then you're going to want to get an authorized user that's got a big limit because they average them in. That's how that works. I mean, I can't get too deep on how all that stuff works for the sake of this video. I don't want to run over, but that's basically, yes. Long and short of all this is yes, authorized user trade lines still work. I want to see them provide an article or some sort of hard evidence that what they're saying is true. I just provided mine. So, I mean, here's Credit Karma right here saying that, if you add someone as an authorized user, the payment, it will report on someone's credit. So that's all I got to say. It's kind of, it's tough being the Crusader, looking at some of this stuff, seeing the misinformation, but hey, if you guys subscribe to me, you'll hear it from me. So with that being said, I got to get going. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Crusader out.